if you're in Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, wherever. So I would suggest have some experience, learn new things, earn certifications. I've heard one of the companies give one salary after every 6 months or 4 months. Suppose if you have 4 to 6 years of experience of pen test, then here you should get 15,000 Qatari Riyal plus per month. Android is using formatting method, then it is recoverable.
Hey, welcome to Cyber Talk Podcast. Today we have another guest. Guest is the Said Daim. He is from Qatar, and also today we will discuss about Qatar cybersecurity marketplace. And if you interested in the cybersecurity, then this channel for you and also this podcast for you. So let's begin. So me and Adil is the host, and you are our second guest. Can you give me some intro about you?
Yes, sure. So, as Shawon told, my name is Sayed Daim. I've been working here in Qatar for last 3 years. Before that, I used to work for PwC Pakistan and some other firms. So my background is it used to be computer science. Then I chose network engineer to just to pave my path towards cybersecurity. So I worked 1 year as a network engineer. Then I went to Turkey for masters. There, I work as a digital forensic researcher, where I used to work as a digital forensic researcher as well as investigator. So then I came back to Pakistan due to COVID, obviously. I joined Research Associates. There, I worked as a ISMS consultant. So, but the issue is I don't like GRC stuff much. Many people won't like this sentence of mine, but it's repetitive. Within 4 months, I got to know that this is not for me. So me being a technical guy wasn't liking GRC much. So then I had to move there away from that. So luckily I got job in PwC, where I worked as a VAPT analyst as well as forensic investigator. Then luckily just before 2 months before World Cup, I got a job here in Qatar, and since then rest is history. So Alhamdulillah, I have experience of both the sides of cybersecurity, which is offensive as well as defensive. So I have done full-fledged forensic and incident response related projects as well as VAPT, which is very common these days. So
Okay,
this is
Time
my
by
brief intro. Yeah.
well, that was a quite good, impressive intro. So, what motivated you to choose Qatar as a market?
Bro, to be honest, I was looking the job towards like in within Middle East or Europe as well, but my main target was Middle East. So initially, I really wanted to go to Saudi, but Allah is the best planner, and
Yeah.
this is a better place than Saudi, I would say.
Oh,
Yeah,
great, great.
in terms of salaries, it is a bit low. Or in terms of market, it's a bit smaller. But to live with family, and people behavior, cleanliness, traffic, it's much better than Saudi.
Brother, how would you describe the Qatar cybersecurity market?
Qatar cybersecurity market is quite smaller, and I would say not too mature. It's getting better, alhamdulillah. Um, but quite small, you can say smaller than Saudi. But alhamdulillah, it's getting better. Companies are recognizing the need of having a cybersecurity department. They are recognizing the need of being GRC certified, pen tested, etc. So things
Okay,
are getting better.
yeah. So what do you if you might have faced this experience that how many jobs are related to pen testing and how many jobs are related to GRC? What is the ratio?
uh, to be honest, pen testing jobs are very less and less paying as well, because the
Hmm.
company who hire pen testers, they don't pay much, especially to Pakistanis. I'm
Uh,
not being demotivating, but this
so
is what
what about
what the
Bangladesh?
scenario is. Same, same.
Okay, what? Yeah, I what I have experienced. most of the companies they hire pen testers outsource, and basically there is a one or two GRC persons who looking for their compliances. But yeah, the company who are serious about it, they do pay pen testers quite well.
Yes. So if you go towards the client side, you might get a good salary, but mostly the consulting companies, they pay comparatively lesser than
Oh.
the client side.
And how's the work lifestyle, work life balance?
Work life balance is it's good. Suppose I work at a consulting company, so it's not fixed that I have to complete 9 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, etc. But still, I try to keep it that way that I go and complete my 8 hours and come back. So suppose if I go around 8:30, I'll come back by 4:30. I go by 8:45, then I'll come back by 4:45. And if even sometimes if I have to leave early, I can. So in governmental or in semi-government, this the timing is really good. You go early around 7:30 and get freed by 2:30. Then from
That's a dream
2:30
life,
onwards
bro.
you have yeah, you can have but it's obviously getting a job in a government company is hard
So
unless you
so the
have
government so the
some
government is the same
contacts.
in Pakistan and Qatar.
Yes. Yeah. also also life is good, alhamdulillah. So
Brother, can you explain shortly your journey? How do you start in cybersecurity, and what is your journey actually?
yes, so from the very beginning, I used to be a computer geek, you can say. I used to open my computer, change the RAM, even when I was around 10, 12, or maybe. Yes. Mm, So I started loving computer stuff. Uh, Unfortunately, I couldn't learn programming, coding at early ages, but I know I have to go in this direction. I always knew that. So around when I was in 11th or 12th grade, I chose my path that I have to go to cybersecurity. Like I like investigative stuff, intelligence stuff, etc. So luckily, uh, I met Noman Bhai when I was in, I think, second semester or third semester. I don't remember. So he once discussed about like he does something pen testing, cybersecurity in a class just briefly. So after the class, I went to him. I said, "Bro, I'm really interested in this field. Can you guide me?" He said, "Okay, come tomorrow with a USB." Then I went to him with the USB the very next day, and he gave me his course. He made with his friend. I don't remember when, but I think 2017 or 2016. So yeah, it was a full-fledged penetration testing course. But I felt difficulty in understanding the IP addressing, networking, etc. How nmap works because IP classes, etc. So I chose my path that way. I paved my path that way, you can say. After passing out, I had to I decided that I will learn network first, then I will move to cybersecurity. So I did the same. I got a job as a network engineer, worked there for a year. Then I moved to masters for cybersecurity, and then, as I already told, uh, so towards coming to cybersecurity, I had to learn a few, basics of IP addressing, networking, database programming, a little bit of coding, then logics. So you can say so. Cybersecurity, understanding the cybersecurity core of cybersecurity, you have to have some basic knowledge, which I always tell my juniors or whoever asks help for related to cybersecurity. So I tell them you need to learn IT and networking. You need to learn basic databases, how databases work, how queries work, how you can pull out the data from the databases. Uh, You even if you don't know how to code, how to the whole program, the whole application, you have to know what's going on in the code. At least you have to know what's going on in the code. Then logical stuff, how the logic is making in the whole program. So and obviously also operating system, how operating system work, the core of operating system, the layers of operating system. Only then you would be able to know the whole cybersecurity stuff. Otherwise, if you jump into cybersecurity directly, you will be stuck in GRC. You will be it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. It's necessary as well. But to fully know cybersecurity, you have to have technical experience, technical knowledge. Otherwise, you will be just check marking, the requirements of standards. Okay, I've seen GRC people doing risk assessment. And during the assessment, they tell the client, okay, this is the threat. It can be your database can be
Mhm.
exploited, or your application is vulnerable to SQL injection. Okay, the client can ask, okay, my application is vulnerable to SQL injection. Can you do it? You say no. No, 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 no. We have a separate team for that. So you have to own your words. If you cannot do something, then you shouldn't, make statements about it.
So you choose the pen testing because one of the reasons behind is your passion, another one is you want practical work. So how important it is? I guess you're in a consultant field. Okay. How important is it? I guess it's gain the trust of client as well.
Yes. So my whenever I go to a client for pen testing, so my goal is to find a critical vulnerability on the first day.
Oh,
So once you do it, the client would
yeah.
be like, okay, this guy knows something. We'd be very respectful
Yes.
to
Yeah.
towards him.
Okay.
Otherwise, they think he's a kid or he doesn't know anything. We have a secure system. So this is on the first day I gave my more than my best,
100%.
just to find a critical vulnerability.
First impression is the
And
best impression.
exactly, so you'll be having a upper hand towards them. Okay, I found something. Even last week I was at a client for a internal web pen test. It was a I think customer platform or HR platform. So I got a shell on the first day. So they had unrestricted file upload vulnerability.
Okay.
I
Very
I upload I uploaded Pony shell. Even it was a PaaS application. PaaS means program as a service, platform as a service.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
yeah.
since then, this is my tip for all the pen testers. If you are going towards to the client for pen testing, try to find a critical vulnerability on the first day. On every day, but first day is the most important day.
Just to tell the viewers, Dimebro has also done OSCP very recently. So,
Mhm.
Dimebro, how was it? How was the preparation? And just tell about your journey. Why did you thought to do this certification, and what impact does it's having on your current job?
Yes, so OSCP is a well-known certification, and whoever is in cybersecurity domain, especially offensive security domain, knows this certification. So I never wanted to go directly towards the OSCP. So I paved my path towards the cybersecurity, towards the OSCP. Um, I started with PNPT, then CRTP, then I went for OSCP. So OSCP preparation for OSCP was not that harder for me since I passed PNPT last year. The course content is really amazing as compared to OSCP. The exam format is more practical than OSCP.
Mhm.
It was really like an actual pen test. You have 5 days for pen testing. You have 2 days for reporting, and even the debrief. So once you submit the report, they ask for a debrief as a client. So the interviewer, he was like, he was acting like it's his company, and I am being pen tested, presenting him my report.
Mm.
So so I didn't only go through the report. I also created a separate PowerPoint slides, just as a normal pen test we do, and gave management the whole overview of the assessment. So I learned privilege escalation from PNPT, AD related part on PNPT as well as CRTP. So OSCP, if you guys remember, I only trained for 1 month. In 1 month, I completed my labs. So since I did my PNPT and CRTP last year, so it was not that hard for me. But
Mhm.
if I if I went directly towards the OCP, then I think it would have been harder for me.
For someone who's pursuing OSCP, what would you suggest? Which you would suggest PNPT at first, and then go towards OSCP.
Yes, definitely. So I'd suggest PNPT, then CRTP of altered security, as well as there's a course on Hack the Box. It's very cheap. I don't remember the name exactly, but it was something like um, enumeration and attacking AD. So that really covers the AD part, AD enumeration, then AD attacking, then reporting. So it's really good. If it's self-paced, I don't think it has an exam, but it's really good. It's a CTF like format.
Brother, OSCP and PNPT, you give two exam, but which one is more difficult? Do you think? Which one is the more difficult? Is the exam scenario? Which exam scenario is good and which looks like difficult?
So to be honest, in during the OSCP exam, you don't enjoy doing it
Mhm.
because it's to be honest, kind of impractical, not like real world scenario.
Mhm.
There's no place you have to compromise AD in three standalone
Yeah, yeah.
machine, then compromise AD in 1 day, in less than 23 hours, I would say.
Mm.
So it's just fast paced. It's very well famous in the industry. Otherwise, PNPT, if you know the stuff, you enjoy performing the exam. Similarly with ECPPT, it's from eLearn. So even once I passed PNPT, uh, so I approached Nawan Bhai. I said, do you have ECPPT? I said yes. I said, how is it? I want to go do it next before going towards CRTP. He said it's just 1 day. Do this, do this, do this. You'll pass. So within the same week, I passed my ECPPT because it was mm, quite easier than PNPT. The main issue was buffer overflow. So ECPPT had buffer overflow back when I for
Just one thing. Does the vendor demand certifications? Which are the most common ones that the vendor asks for?
yeah. So OSCP definitely. Nowadays, I've seen OSEP as well.
YCP. Okay.
Yeah. So if the companies are demanding a candidate to be having around 10 years, 12 years of experience, 8 years of experience, they're not even mentioning OSCP now, directly toward OSEP.
Okay.
Mm.
Brother, in the Qatar marketplace, in the Qatar, so like from the HR side, so HR will demand about the WCP for beginners. Or for example, I am a beginner, so I want to get job in the Qatar marketplace. So which certification will be more preferable for me? And the WCP is firstly required, or there is the another certification path.
No, actually, here, uh, what I've noticed, they ask for number of years of experience. So mostly they hire a person who has 3 years plus experience, even in all the field, most of the fields. So they consider of fresh or m- in entry level, a person has 5 years of experience. So if you are a beginner, you are in, if you are in Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, whatever, wherever. So I would suggest have some experience, learn new things, earn certifications. At least have 3 years of experience before moving out, or before you can try. Obviously, one should always try. But generally, what I've seen, what I've noticed, it's they ask for 3 years and plus of experience.
Okay, bro,
Yes.
what we have heard about the Qatar market, just I don't know if it's true or not, that you don't get promotion quite often. The Pakistanis, especially, or the Asian side, you have to switch job to increase your salary. So, what's the truth?
Yeah, that's true. No, it's all over the Middle East actually. So it's unlike Pakistan, we don't get annual increment. It depends upon your company actually. If you talk to them, they say, okay, not this year, we'll be doing after every 2 years or 3 years. It depends upon the company, to be honest. But mostly, some places have bonuses. Uh, Big companies, obviously, like 6 months. I've heard one of the companies have, they give one salary after every 6 months or 4 months. It's a bonus actually. But that's true. Even you don't get increment here much. So you have to switch. But to be honest, job market here in Qatar is quite small.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
also, also one more thing I would like to highlight.
Yeah, please.
Please.
To acquire a job here, you have to have some reference. That's my personal experience. Even even to get to the interview table, you have to have some reference. So
Hmm.
reference work, that's
Right.
the actual,
So,
Not only Qatar, it's also in Bangladesh, also maybe in Pakistan as well. Reference is a vital factor, I guess.
no, no. I have never experienced this in Pakistan. I
in
used to
Pakistan, it's
apply.
quite it's fair. I think these days it's quite fair because I've been in my company's interview panel committee. So we don't select. Obviously, there is influence of the reference, but there is a huge part which is coming without reference as well.
But in
Even
So
Bangladesh,
unfortunately, fortunately, I've never gotten any job through reference.
yeah, so
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 alhamdulillah,
seeing someone getting a job through reference must be hurting. It hurts me as well.
indeed, because I forward CVs here and there of deserving of hard work,
Yeah,
people with knowledge. But fortunately, unfortunately, this is not the case with me.
yeah,
Alhamdulillah, Allah is the best planner. He
yeah,
always
yeah.
arranges
Yeah, okay.
rest
Then,
for
bro,
me.
we are towards the closure. How do you update your knowledge or increase your knowledge? Do you look for more certs or what coming next? What is coming next, basically?
Yeah. So these days I'm working on a CTI platform. It's a, you might have heard on Open CTI. So
Yeah,
it's under development. I'm developing my CTI platform on top of Open CTI, giving it connectors, etc. So for a client, I'm also drafting playbooks of pen testing, red teaming, breach attack simulation, white box, pen testing, etc. So other than this, I'm also involved in adversarial simulation exercises. So it's kind of common or techy word as well. So it's like you go to a client environment, you perform some adversarial action and try to evaluate their people process technology, how their people are reacting, how technology is working, if it's getting detected, and if it's getting detected, then how soon and how effectively they are responding to the attack. So it's really good. You might have heard about atomic red red team. So they have certain scripts related to MITRE techniques. Suppose masquerading. So They have certain scripts you can run in an environment and check how the SOC SIEM is working, how EDR is working if they have, how NDR is working. So it's good. What I've never seen in Pakistan. So I've done it. I think in two clients previously. Now I'm uh, doing it more structured way. So let's see, inshallah. That's
That's
what
a
coming up.
new that's a new thing. We'll might catch up to you to
For
get
sure,
more
for
hands
sure.
on this.
Yeah, for sure. Inshallah.
Shamin bro,
So
do you have any live questions?
Yeah, obviously. Then, bro, actually, in the pen testing and GRC, two are the different path and different things. So, if someone wants to learn about GRC, so what is the path and what is the guideline for you from your side?
yes, for GRC, I think ISO 27001 is the best way to get into GRC. It's very simple and sorry, my cat is being very
Yeah,
No,
he's quite
absolutely.
proactive.
come.
She hates GRC too.
Yes. So to get into GRC, ISM ISO 27001 is the easiest standard in my perspective. Then you can check for PCI DSS. So one or two videos of ISMS ISO, you would know the whole, like you'll get to know the whole perspective. Then under GRC, under ISMS consultation or ISMS like going toward ISO 27001 certification, there's risk assessment as well. So it's a different. You can say some companies only get risk assessment done. I would coming back to the point. ISO 27001 standard is quite simple, quite easier to understand.
Then, bro, now we're working as a pen tester, right? Me, Adil, and also working as a pen tester. So, if you want to switch our career, like for example, after 10 years, after 5 years, so we have to observe senior position, right? So, what do you think about the other certification like CIS and GRC related certification?
Still, just to add in, most of the people I've seen from blue team, red team, when they get a bit old, like 5, 10 years of experience, they move toward GRC. Basically, what their logic is, they say you can't become a CISO without Salesforce CISM. So become a CISO, we need to move towards GRC. So what do you think on this point?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
To be honest, that's true actually. Uh, I mean, to get to the managerial post, you have to have certs like CIS, CISSP, CISM, uh, etc. So unfortunately, you cannot stay in technical field for too long. Unfortunately, so sometime like at some point you will have to have uh, a managerial post, sitting, just managing people, going to the meetings, and that's necessary as well. Though you won't be doing pen testing all of your life. So even if you have if you are a manager, you won't be going to perform the pen testing. So you would be having subordinates under you to do the stuff, and then you will be going to management presentation and then be presenting whatever your team did. So that's true. So towards that path, I think if you have ISO 27001 LILA. That's how people uh, go towards CISSP. So generally people get LILA, then CISM, then CISSP. So that's true actually, whatever you said.
Yeah.
Bro, in the Qatar marketplace, what do you think about AI? AI will saturate the cybersecurity platform market in the Qatar. What do you think?
Yeah, to be honest, me being a pen tester, AI cannot get take my job. So
Exactly.
so uh, whatever we do, whenever I go to perform any pen test, even external, internal, so I r- gave the tool. Just suppose if I'm using Akunetics for web application,
Mm-hmm.
so I give the URL to to that tool, then simultaneously I'll be performing manual pen test. So most of the time, the tool cannot achieve the quality what we do with manual pen test. So it might detect I would enforce SQL injection, cross-site scripting, some vulnerable versions been running, uh, PHP, Nginx version disclosure, but it cannot check for unrestricted file upload, missing rate limiting, and vulnerabilities like that. So
Understood.
I don't think AI or any automation would take would have this quality what we achieve with manual pen test.
Okay, thank you. Brother, I have another question from my
Mm.
curiosity. My curiosity. So actually, you're doing now consultancy, right? You're doing consultancy. So, what kind of like what is your process to consultant to a client? Like, what kind of mostly what kind of consultancy you do?
Okay, so are you talking about the projects or how?
Yeah, project, and how was your process? How is your process like this?
So for
Just give me an
consultancy,
example of a project and your process as well.
yeah. So generally, how we get the project? If you want me to tell you about that, okay. So generally, the clients they broadcast, you can say, their RFP, which is request for proposal. So they mention they require their some in that RFP they have company, they mention company background, their mission, whatever. Then they also mention the scope, rules of engagement. Like suppose these are they have four application to be tested, one mobile application, four IPs to be tested externally. They also mention the style they want, like black box, white box, or gray box. Then they also mention the rules of engagement, like no DDoS, no phishing, etc. Whatever their requirement.
Mhm.
So they circulate the RFP in the market towards the consultancy companies. So me or us being a consulting company, we draft a proposal which mentions our methodology for each kind of assessment. Like white box, mobile application, we'll do this. Gray box, um, web application, this is a methodology. How much time would it take? What would be the cost? Then some in our last section we mention what would be the rules of engagement and assumptions. Assumptions include um least restrictive path would be given to us. Our POC would be assigned to us. No third party APIs or would be tested. So if a web application includes an API, it should be built and managed by the client itself. Not it should we want to be testing any third party application. So we bid to that RFP. We bid to that proposal. We give our proposal, and then the client chooses whichever they meet with us. They have a meeting with us and other consultancies. So whichever consultant they fit, they seem fit. They'll give the project to them.
Then after getting the project, then another team will handle that for pen testing, right?
It depends. It depends upon the company. It varies. So I am the one who drafts the proposal, and I am the one who goes for the project. So it totally depends upon the company how their structure is. So once we get the project, we have a kickoff meeting on day one. It generally includes the management of the company, of both sides actually, the client and the vendor. So after the kickoff, the engagement timeline gets decided that okay, this is the scope we already did in the proposal. 2 days would be taking for us to mobilize the resource, which includes tools. Suppose if you have to buy a burp suit license, so it
Mhm.
would take 2 days. Then if we have to outsource any resource, we would call him or her to Qatar and give accommodation or whatever. So we fix 4 to 7 days for resource mobilization, Then comes our actual time it takes to perform the whole assessment, and then 2 to 3 days for reporting. So for reporting, our common practice is, once we are done with the project, we are done with the assessment like pen testing. So we give them the whole observation findings, which includes impacts, risk, vulnerability, name, criticality, and recommendation in one Excel sheet, along with the evidence folder. And in that evidence, we have screenshots for everything we found during the assessment. Suppose if we found SQL injection, we'll mention the parameter we found, the screenshot of observation, and we send it to them. Then they say, okay, this is fine. Provide us the final report. So sometimes companies also demand for revalidation. So once we send them the Excel sheet, they said, okay, after some time they have okay, we have fixed the findings. Come back and perform the revalidation. So once we revalidate whatever we find, whether the previous vulnerabilities were fixed or not, we will mention in the final report.
Brother, it's a personal question, so we can
Sure.
ask. Actually, how much you earn right now? I mean, in the yearly package, or you can tell me about a range, or if you want to tell exact one, then you can.
So I would tell the range actually.
Yeah, yeah, please.
What is the range depends upon the uh, experience. So suppose if you have 4 to 6 years of experience of pen test, then here you should get 15 plus, 15,000 Qatari Riyal plus per month.
Per month, 15.
Yeah, but the rent, the expenses here are quite high. So suppose out of those 15, you'd be giving 4,500 or 5,000 for rent and utility bills. So you see more like a big chunk of your salary would go towards rent and utility bills. Then grocery here is quite expensive. If you have kids, then obviously it's very expensive.
Mhm.
So also, I just I would just recommend each and every one to, if you are working in offensive side of security, do try to gain experience of defensive side, and vice versa, because that would give you a good edge, uh, you know, to acquire a job in the Middle East, especially. So my key point, even my the boss who hired me, he mentioned about this, that the reason we hired you was you had experience of VAPT as well as DFIR. So that's, I would highly recommend you guys to explore once you are done with OSCP and these certs. Also try to go towards digital forensics as well, or defensive side uh, of cybersecurity.
Digital forensic as well.
Yeah. So I last year, I also gave voluntary classes to my friends, online classes. So I think I have the recording of those that course. So I'll share it with you guys, inshallah. So
Sure,
it's
sure.
in Urdu. Uh, no, I think Shawon, if you could understand.
I understand.
I'll translate it for him.
Yeah, so one of my friends, he suggested me to upload it on Udemy. The course content was really good, um, but I didn't get, I never got any time to convert it into English language.
Yeah, in a more
But
structured form.
yeah, but it
No,
was
I
really
understand.
but it was really well structured. It was based on you can say ECDFP, as well as SANS forensics course. Because um, uh, I learned this whole DFIR thing back in Istanbul. So my teacher who hired me later on as a digital forensic researcher, He was the one who taught us science based course. So our course name was Advanced Digital Forensics. So everything was based on science. Even we had science notes as well. So then
Yeah, okay.
I came into the field. I got to know the forensics, how things work, and especially Windows forensics. So it's really good. It's really interesting.
It's
So I
using the
would I would
autopsy.
hmm?
You are using the autopsy on this course.
No, see, autopsy is a tool.
Yeah.
In that course, I told the background of forensics.
Okay. Okay. Great.
So
Great.
the
Great.
main issue, I had a friend in Pakistan. He was doing his masters in cybersecurity. So they had this course of forensics in their course outline. So I think the teacher, all he taught was autopsy, how to use autopsy, not not the background. So I was, asking my friend, so what is he teaching you? He said this, he's teaching me autopsy, this and that. So no basics, nothing. He said not much.
Not much. Okay.
So it's like you're using autopsy, you don't know. So you're seeing you're giving it the this means source. Suppose if you have to um, analyze an image file, you give it to the tool, and then it will fetch everything for you in a structured manner. Like you'd see images in images folder, you would see thumbnail in thumbnail folder, you would see access file, user files in a structured manner in that tool. But you would never know the background of it.
Understand. Understand. Well, please
From
continue with
which
us.
location it's parsing what. So
Understand.
you have to know the background to be a good. Suppose if autopsy goes offline, or it stops working, what would you do? You're
Mm.
working in a company, you're working on a case, and all you know is run autopsy on an image, and then uh, analyze it. So once if you don't have the license, or if it's free actually, so if it stops working, what would you do?
We have to do manually. So we have
How?
to do manually. We have
Exactly.
to do the manual things.
So
How
you
it
have to know the basics. So I would ask you guys as well. So what is the difference between format and wipe?
formatted.
Format and
Wipe, wipe.
oh, basically, I heard about the tools. These are basically forensics tools, I guess. I heard about Vibe.
No, no, no. You right click on a hard drive and then format it.
Oh yeah, format.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, format.
And you do a drive wipe as well. So you don't know. Do you know the difference?
No, no.
I
Exactly. So let me tell you. So formatting, what it does. So there are layers of data, layers of file structure.
mm,
So on top of it has metadata layer. Then comes data layer. Data is stored ones and zeros.
mm,
So to point towards the data, we have pointers, which
mm,
are generally symbolized as aesthetics. So format, what it does, it deletes the pointers, so the drive knows that it's empty. So whenever you copy data to that drive, what it will do, it will overwrite the data. So format never deletes the file itself, the data itself. So it only allows you to overwrite the data which was previously present there. However, wipe, what it does, it you know messes up with the data with random numbers. So it completely the data is completely lost. So that's the difference between format and wipe. So
uh,
yeah, you know how to use autopsy, but obviously you wouldn't know these basics.
understand.
So
There's
data recovery is only possible
mm,
um, if the data is being formatted. If the data is being formatted, and you pull out the drive, full data recovery is possible because you haven't overwritten the data itself.
uh, understand.
With wipe, what it does, and somehow you must have heard some files were recovered, some were not, because that data is stored in chunks. We call it clusters, blocks. So, and so suppose if I paste a picture, my picture, profile picture, whatever is your passport picture on a drive, so it will not stored in a single stream. So some MBs or some KBs of it, it would be in a block one, some of it block
To,
two,
yeah.
and things like that. So once you recover, or once you over copy the data to the drive, so there are chances that some of the data or would be still be present. That's why it becomes recoverable until it's completely overwritten or completely destroyed.
Brother, so one question from mine. So actually, if we remove the data, or some, for example, I sent a picture to my friend via
Hmm.
WhatsApp, okay,
Hmm.
or otherwise I upload my pictures on some unusual contents in Drive, okay. So, is it possible if it's removed, it's the permanently removed, or it's possible to recover? So we heard like when we remove something, so it's not permanently removed. It's somewhere it's will be stored. So is it true, or what do you think?
So you're asking about their gallery?
Yeah, for example, I sent to you a image, or I upload the image in the drive. So I removed it, right? I removed from my side, but it's actually removed, or is available in the internet.
Yeah, so it's removed actually. If you're talking about drive,
Hmm.
so it's a cloud-based data.
Hmm.
So if you delete it, it's removed.
Hmm.
Unless you contact them and they have some backup of that file. Or
They
if
have
you
the
talk,
data, right? They have the data. It's not completely removed from the internet. They have the
no,
data.
no, 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 but it's encrypted. And if you delete it, it would be deleted.
Okay. Okay.
So for WhatsApp, so if that's my theory, maybe I might be wrong. So if suppose if you send me something, anyone an image or audio file and delete it from your side. So if if you ever check the location where it is stored, it's in under WhatsApp folder. So WhatsApp had the full rights toward their folder. That's how I think that's how it works. So if you delete it from your side, it would be deleted from their WhatsApp folder as well. But it is yet to be tested that if I move that picture from WhatsApp folder to another folder, would that be possible? I'll have to try this. But that's my uh, theory related to this, because WhatsApp obviously have full access toward their own WhatsApp folder. So whenever you see, if you have Android phone, you go to my files and check for the folder. They must be WhatsApp folder, and under WhatsApp folder you will be having WhatsApp images, WhatsApp documents, WhatsApp audio files. So whenever you send it to someone, it would go to their WhatsApp image, document, or whatever you have sent, respectively. So once you delete it, I think WhatsApp, like their mobile WhatsApp, have the rights, read write access to their WhatsApp folder, and it would delete it from there.
Okay. For
So
example, if I format my mobile phone,
yes,
so you told a theory, I understand that. Just yes or no. So if I format my mobile phone, for example, I format my mobile phone and I sell to someone my phone, right? So after sell, so if I sell my mobile phone to him, and he can able to retrieve my data.
yeah. So it depends. Which firmware are you using?
Okay.
So technically, if Android is using formatting method, then it is recoverable.
Okay.
If it's wiping, then it's not recoverable.
Okay. Understand. Understand.
So that's the scenario. I think I'm sure Android or iOS must be this mature that they would be wiping the data and overwriting the data with
Just
some
get it.
random data, just to make it unrecoverable, just to make your or the customer previous owner's data unrecoverable.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Adil, do you have any question?
No, no questions. I want to thank Daim Bhai for taking out
Thank
some
you so
time
much.
out of his busy schedule.
You're
Basically,
welcome, brother.
we started, and just to tell the audience, we three had given the OSCP exam on the same date.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. We
so yeah,
exactly.
yeah, we know each other. So I
Well,
want to wish Daim Bhai the best
anyway,
of luck. He's
one
doing,
one
Thank
mashallah,
you
question.
so much, brother.
I have
very
Yeah,
great work. And
I have one.
hopefully, inshallah, we will also be in Qatar in one day.
Adil bhai,
inshallah.
I have one question to Daim bhai. Daim bhai, please share your one experience which is more interesting in the hacking real life. Like you got some juicy information or this share your experience to us.
For sure, I still have so much juicy information.
Please, please.
Yeah.
Don't have to share the information, just share the experience.
Yeah, so I once downloaded a company's database file, our client's database file, which was publicly accessible. Their directory was hidden, obviously. Not hidden, but I performed directory busting. I
Hmm.
found their database backup, like
Oh,
2 3 files of I think in GBs. So I downloaded the whole database file and
oh,
then reported to them. Also, there's one automobile company. We perform pen testing for them. So we found SQL injection, customer data of that company. So
bro.
Hmm.
Bro, during this kind of, sorry for interrupt, bro, this kind of scenario, when you get the customer's data, is it available like customer credit card or this kind of things?
Yes, PIAs, we call it PIAs, personal information. So especially if you're performing internal pen test, you would be finding so much of PIAs. So I was doing internal pen test of a insurance company. So I found one endpoint where they had the recordings, GBs of recording. It was around 360 plus recorded sessions videos.
That's recording.
In in those session recording videos, they had I found Excel sheets having customers' data and
Oh,
everything. I didn't have much time uh, to explore and
yeah,
watch each and every video, but what I found is uh, the session screen session recordings. They had some, for their own purpose. Uh, so I found one Excel sheet during the recording. I saw one Excel sheet, and in that Excel sheet, customer data, their ID card number, their phone number, their address, and all the PIIs were there. So cut stop the recording, pause the recording, and cut the screenshot, and then shared it with the client. There once you know the stuff, especially the manual stuff. So I would highly recommend to enhance your manual pen testing skills. So for that, I would suggest to have a checklist for each kind of assessment. So each kind of testing style. Black box, okay, I have this checklist. I would test this. Gray
hmm,
box, I have this is my checklist. So always follow the checklist. So you just don't miss the missed anything. So
okay.
also one more thing. This is you might have OS top 10.
Hmm,
So under each entity of OS top 10, you must have certain checks to be tested. For example, in security means configuration, okay, I'll check for directory listing. I'll check for any misconfiguration. Then under security logging and monitoring, okay, I'll check for rate limiting. I'll check
report.
for account lockout. I check for if the application is handling, you know,
Hmm.
the errors improperly. So you should always follow the checklist. you should be having your own checklist, or you can download it from the internet. White box, a separate checklist, so you just don't miss, and give your 100% every time.
Okay, understand. Thank you so much, Daim bro. Thank you so
You're
much
welcome, brother.
for coming
Thank
here,
you so much
and
for
thank you for your
inviting me.
valuable time and valuable information as well. So, brother, if you want to say something for audience, you can say as well how they can start and what is the methodology. So you can say.
Hey, yes, just to summarize, start with, if you are totally fresh, if you are new, um, focus on your IT and networking skills, knowledge, gain the knowledge how it works. There are multiple YouTube videos. Get to know how the OS operating system works. Get to know databases, how the queries work, how data is being stored, and how data is being called or pulled. You can say how the coding works, logics. Just to a point, you should know that what's going on in the code. If you see any code either on a website, either a backend of the application, you should know what's going on. At least you should know what's going on in the code. Not everything, not every function, because each developer has their his own developing style. So apart from that, I always recommend the freshers. There's this free course of Cisco Cybersecurity Essentials. It's really good. So I'll share the link.
Sure, please.
Whoever is watching, whoever is going like trying to get into this field should do that course. It's free. Uh, at least you will have some basics. Also, I would highly recommend Try Hack Me. It's really good. It has different learning paths from beginner to pros. Most of the rooms are free, but even if you have to buy it, it's, I think, get it as low as $12 per month, and even for student it's lesser maybe. So Cisco Cybersecurity Essentials and Try Hack Me. It has different paths. It has paths for networking. It has a separate room or learning paths for forensics, and then pen testing as well.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Bhai. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
welcome.
Yeah, inshallah, we'll discuss about it more and more, and also maybe we'll see in the another podcast with you as well. We'll
Inshallah, sure.
discuss dedicatedly about the forensic as well. And
For sure, inshallah.
inshallah. So that's it from my end. Thank you for watching.